What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. As you guys might be able to tell, the room is a mess. We got a bunch of stuff everywhere and the tank is looking awful. So what we're gonna have to do is a water change. We've got our 5-gallon bucket over there, some pre-mixed salt water over there, and we're simply just gonna do a 15% water change. As you guys can see, a lot of the sand got moved around from adding the power head from the last video, and some of the coral's not looking the best right now. So we're gonna do a full water change, clean up the tank, and for today's video, we are doing a review on this magnetic man-made rock. Which is for frag plugs and I guess any kind of coral with a frag plug on it. So we're going to be doing a review on that guy right after the water change, and for that we went out and bought a flower pot coral. This one is similar to this little red one I've got down here, which is not open right now, but it's gray, or I guess tan in color, and then it's got yellow tips for the polyps. So it's a really pretty coral. We're going to end up gluing that to a frag plug instead of a disc and using that to show as an example for this frag rack back there. So that's what we got planned for today. First thing we got to do is a water change and get this tank cleaned up. Alright, I should probably give you guys an update from now. I just really went ahead and didn't film much. I tried to get as much done as quickly as possible. What we went ahead and did is flushed out most of the rock and the sand, and then I siphoned some water out. I did only about 4 gallons, which is roughly 15%, and then I of course topped it back off with some fresh mixed salt water. So what we're doing right now is we turned back on the power head, and we got kind of the lights adjusted. We are still acclimating this coral. It's been about an hour now, so I'd say it's ready to go into the tank. One thing I bought today was some fuel, and then I also bought some reef roids as well. So we're going to be dosing magnesium and the fuel here in a little bit, and then we'll be feeding this probably tomorrow. If you guys do want to see a video on the reef roids, then let me know in the comments down below, and I can try to do like a little review and see kind of how that is on the corals. So yeah, everything's pretty much tidied up, ready to go. We got all the sand kind of put back to where it should have been. We got the power head plugged in, and I'm hoping that it's not kicking up too much sand, which it doesn't look like it is, except for maybe that little spot right there. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and put this coral in. We have to glue it to a frag plug, which I have over in my little kit, and then we'll be putting it up on the rack. So I'll show you guys and talk to you guys a little bit about this once we get this coral glued to a frag plug. We got the room looking all spick and span. The tank is as clean as it's gonna be during this video. Unfortunately, after doing water changes, the tanks do tend to be a little cloudy, but nonetheless, you guys can still see pretty well inside. So what we've got over here on the right side is a little coral frag rack that I bought off of Bulk Reef Supply. If you guys aren't familiar with BRS, you guys should get familiar if you're into reefing, because they are amazing. This video is not sponsored whatsoever, but BRS has a YouTube channel and they have a website where they sell amazing products and give out really good info. So much that I would just want to talk about it on the video. But picked up this little frag rock for about $20, something like that, $25, which was pretty expensive considering how small it is. As you guys can see, it's really only about maybe 3 inches by 2.5 by about an inch thick, and it only holds 1 coral. I bought it with the intention that I'd be able to drill maybe another hole on this backside here, but after like kind of filing down the initial hole to fit the frag plugs that I have, it's not really possible. I'm scared to crack the whole thing. So it only fits 1 frag for 25 bucks, and it comes with the reef safe magnets, but I think it is a little expensive for what it is. If you guys are running out of space in your reef tank like I am, then it's definitely something that you would want to invest in, especially if you can't stop buying corals like me. I've started to replace some and break some coral up so that I have a little bit more space. I had this large canyon tree colony right here that was kind of sitting and making a little arch, and I moved it down to the sand bed so that we can add up a little bit more coral in the back side, and then as you guys can see, there's a lot more real estate right here. But for larger colonies such as this flower pot that I picked up, which it's not open right now because we just added it and it's still somewhat acclimating to the tank. We put that on the frag rack just to see how it'll do. I might swap it out with a different coral, but for now that was kind of the intention, was to put on the new coral and see how it does on this new frag rack. So like I said, it was about 25 bucks without shipping. It's a very small one plug rack, but it basically has a magnet on this back side and you can put it on the glass. I think it works up to 1/8 inch thick glass, I want to say. I'll look on the website and throw it up right now, but has a magnet and it goes obviously on the other side of the glass, and then there's a magnet built in so it sits extremely flush on whatever surface you put it on. Besides that, it's a pretty straightforward piece. I just want to show it so you guys can see if you are interested in maximizing the real estate in your reef tank. The one thing that I would say is it doesn't hold a ton of weight. The heaviest thing I had on it was this toadstool, which is not open right now, but it's a fairly large piece and it did hold it, but I'd say anything more than that would probably start pushing it. I'm sure they have the specifications on BRS's website so you can see how much it'll actually hold. I would definitely make sure it's not on a huge rock, and if it is, try to break it off and put it onto a frag plug or something that's a little bit lighter. So that's going to be it for today's video on the frag rack magnetic rock that sticks on the back of the tank or on the sides, wherever you guys want to place it. If you have any questions, please comment down below or DM me on my Instagram. Link is in the description below. With all that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.